Hello indie game fans, we are into the home stretch of E3 coverage. Yes, I know I'm very late, where there are a whole bunch of new presentations on the horizon, but let's talk about the Future Games show here. An impressive lineup of games both big and small were presented in June, so here's a selection, minus some titles that I've previously mentioned like Gestalt, Steam and Cinder, and where a couple of these are releasing pretty soon. Let's kick off with Instinction, a third-person action horror game where if you love the Jurassic Park movies, this could be of interest. Just a quick gameplay teaser where you do appear to be wearing some sort of futuristic armor, but of course I'm in for anything dinosaurs, and come to think of it, let me know your favorite dinosaur games in the comments below. A smaller but gorgeous looking game is A Tale of Paper, a 3D puzzle platformer where you play as a character made of paper who is able to transform its shape to be used in the platforming and puzzles. It does look hauntingly beautiful, with a certain sense of both melancholy and dread, looking pretty sweet and could be neat.
The common fox, one of nature's survivors, overcoming challenge and diversity with cunning, dexterity, and backpack miniguns.
A long-in-development title which resurfaced for Air is Trifox, an action-adventure top-down shooter where you're pursuing an enemy that stole your remote control. The arts is wonderful, with great looking action, where you have your choice of 3 playable characters in the warrior, mage and engineer, but do also have the ability to mix and match abilities from all 3. If you enjoy Zelda-like titles, this game will be of interest, where I'm interested in the overall structure, if it's fairly linear or an open world entry. If you enjoy action-packed first-person shooters, Severed Steel will be a title to watch, where the developers did share a sweet gif with me on Twitter, doing a 360 no-scope headshot, but where it was done rolling forward, so of course I was immediately on board. Play as a one-armed protagonist, blasting away at enemies in destructible environments, aided by a sleek stunt system of slides and melee attacks, as well as loads of bullet time. It's sleek and stylish, looking like John Wick meets Vanquish, which makes it one to watch.
Choices are plentiful, and outcomes are many.
If you enjoyed Disco Elysium, the next title of interest should be Game Deck, a narrative isometric RPG set in a cyberpunk world, where you play as a detective solving crimes in virtual worlds. The setup allows for plenty of environmental variety, where the investigative detective system looks very interesting. You have a skill tree with different specializations, which allows for different approaches to solving a case, looking like it has the potential to be great.
Choose during the game, branch the narrative. Yes, they can! Like, a lot. Can different approaches to a problem branch the narrative? Yes, they can! Even if the approach means turning into a cat! Canon deduction, meaning what your avatar believes to be true, Branch the narrative. Yes, even if your theory is, let's say, far-fetched. And finally, can your actions towards characters and factions branch the narrative? Oh yeah! With sometimes deadly consequences. Because in Game Deck, everything can branch the narrative.
We just have a quick teaser for Immortality, the next title from Sam Barlow, best known for Her Story and Telling Lies, with a number of big names behind this project, but we'll have to see how this plays.
My name is Marissa Marcel. I'm 17 years old, and it's my dream to be an actress.
I covered the Kickstarter campaign of Beacon Pines earlier this year, where the self-styled creepy cute adventure game made an appearance at the showcase. It has a wonderful hand-drawn art style, looking like some sort of children's book, set within a magical storybook where heroes are investigating strange mysteries in their sleepy little town. You're able to use charms to plug into blank spaces in the story, being some form of choose-your-own adventure game, but it gets on the list for the art alone. We have a quick teaser for Warcry Challengers, but this looks like a very fast-paced first-person shooter, described as Super Meat Boy meets Doom, so of course I'm in. Some of you mentioned that you're looking forward to Happy Game, a point-and-click adventure game that does look darkly disturbing. Interestingly, it comes to us from developer Amanita Design, best known for cute games like Samorost, Machinarium and Chucho, but have taken a darker turn in recent years with games like Pilgrims and Creeks, and this game does look to be the next step in that direction. This has some of the most unsettling, disturbing visuals, the stuff of nightmares really, so do proceed with caution, but if you enjoy creepy titles, this is one to watch, perhaps releasing in Spooky Month.
This is fried chicken. And this is definitely not fried chicken.
If you love Breaking Bad, you will get a kick out of Definitely Not Fried Chicken, a management sim where you're using legitimate businesses as a front for a drug empire, having to fend off both the cops and rival criminals while maintaining the facade. This means two kinds of management systems in one, which could be neat, where the voxel art does look well done as well, making it one to watch.
Your businesses. Hire and fire. It's your way or the highway. Work them to the bone. But obviously, make sure they have excellent workplace benefits. Keep your businesses running morning, noon, and night. And don't let something trivial like the law or competition get in the way of your good, honest commerce.
Quick teaser for the 3D platformer Shim, where you have to jump from shadow to shadow, looking absolutely amazing. Let's move into the top 5 with the amazing looking Timberborn, one that looks better and better with every update, since the developers have aggressively been pushing out builds to content creators. Play as a colony of industrious beavers who survived the apocalypse, having to rebuild their civilization and survive. The interesting aspects of this game are the irrigation system, water physics, and a focus on vertical architecture, where some of the cities built have been very impressive. Things can and will go very wrong with disasters like droughts, so that's something to consider, where it is still slated for an early access release this year, so here's hoping it comes out soon. I covered the survival action RPG Gatewalkers when talking about upcoming games like Diablo, where I'll leave you to the developer to run down the details.
You are Gatewalkers, the chosen ones who travel different worlds to save your own. Play the game solo or in up to 4 players party. Create your own unique character and start plenty of hours of gameplay. Fight hostile enemies. Aim with each skill and dodge enemy attacks. Defeat diverse bosses, each with unique skill set. Gather epic and legendary loot. Win rare ingredients and find new crafting materials in challenge and loot boxes. Gather resources of many types to refine and craft new items. Remember, your build is defined by your items, so choose carefully up to 8 skills. Enhance your build with additional quick slot items like potions, traps, grenades, and many others. And get progress points by discovering the mystery of the ancients at your home planet during storyline. There are more than 400 unique items to craft, with many different skills. Rechargeable active skills. Many passive skills. Enchant your gear with 5 elementals, combining 2 elemental powers to cast cooperative combo with your teammates and 20 solo combo effects. Each world has different survival mechanics and hazards. Full of bosses, tons of mobs, with unique resources and objectives to find and puzzles to solve. Don't be afraid of portals.
One of the most visually amazing upcoming titles is Iron Corbo, having a subtitle Kung Fu Janitor, where Hero has to use his pugilistic powers to keep the place nice and clean. Of course, it's not all cleaning, where there are baddies to fight as well, having one of the most impressive art styles, although the running speed at second glance does seem a little slow. Full disclosure, it does come to us from developer 2D OS Games, who is a friend of the channel, but the impressive look did win me over. Another hotly anticipated title is Dice Legacy, a roguelike city builder powered by dice, having you rolling and assigning dice to expand and defend your city. Of course, it does have a very strong Euro-style board game vibe, which is something that I'm interested in, where the crux of design in that field is making you feel like you have some options even if the rolls don't go your way. The infinite strip of land that the world is built upon is fascinating as well, and thus appears to have a nice variety across seasons, which, in addition to the gorgeous visuals, makes it one to watch.
No one knows what made them attack. But one thing's true. Frog spawn show no mercy. Taunting. Killing. Feasting on rat flesh. Until only their foul bog stench remains.
Anyone recognize that voice? Yes, it does appear that Geralt of Rivia has really capitalized on his iconic voice in various grimdark projects, where Tales of Iron is one of the best looking 2D action platformers.
One rat must make a stand.
It does look to have some form of deliberate, brutal, Souls-like combat, where you play as the heir to the throne, who must reclaim your land which was taken over by frogs. It has been in development for quite a while and is releasing very soon, so definitely drop it a wishlist, taking the #1 spot. For more action platformers, watch these videos and I will see you after the jump.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.